Live from Joliet, Illinois and the University of St. Francis, here at the Sullivan Center, it's time for Fighting Saints basketball. Today, St. Francis takes on Trinity Christian College, the Trolls, in a CCAC matchup. My name's Terry Bonadonna. I'm on the call for today's game as the Saints try to win their 24th consecutive game. They are one of just two unbeaten teams left in NAIA Division II this year, and of course, ranked number 1 in the nation at the moment. The tip of today's game is won by Trinity Christian. The Trolls start with the ball going from left to right on your screen. Saints wearing their bright pink jerseys today, going right to left as the miss on the first possession sends things the other way. St. Francis looking for a quick two, and Jordan Giddings will get just that. Kamari Jordan picks up the assist on the play, and the Saints in transition strike first. I'll run through the names of the starters as soon as I get a second. It is Trinity Christian basketball. Bethany Jansma fires one up off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Charnel Reed. Christina Ekomu to Angelica Osuski, the two guards on the floor for St. Francis. Kamari Jordan hits from three-point range. Jordan is one of the forwards along with Charnel Reed, and the center is Jordan Giddings. For Trinity Christian, three guards, Jessica Bianchi, Bethany Jansma, and Lauren Stokes. The forwards are Selena Wanta and Kelsey Foster. There's a missed two-point jumper from Jansma, rebounded by Giddings, and here come the Fighting Saints, already up 5. Jordan finds a wide open Charnel Reed inside.
Charnel Reed, Jordan.
An easy two right there for Charnel Reed, no one around her. The Trolls defense just completely lost track of the Saints' leading scorer. 7-0 right off the bat. Here's Kelsey Foster. Up to Jessica Bianchi. Bianchi, a sophomore from Elmhurst. Crosses over on Ekomu, gets to the hoop, layup is good. Nice move there by Jessica Bianchi as she gets around the defender into the basket. And now a turnover as Jordan Giddings, looking for Angelica Osuski, throws it away out of bounds. Saints today wearing their bright pink jerseys with gold trim, as they will throughout the month of February for cancer awareness. A different look today for the number 1 team in the country. Here's Jessica Bianchi. She passes to Foster out on her left. Wanta drives into a couple of defenders and draws the foul. 2:08 gone in today's game. Our score is 7-2, St. Francis. But Wanta will have 2 free throws here with a chance to inch a little bit closer. And she hits on the first free throw. 3 straight points for the Trolls. Selena Wanta is Trinity Christian's leading scorer at 11.7 points per game. 66% from the line and 100% today, 2 for 2. Saints break the press. Angelica Osuski is fouled from behind, wrapped up right there. Bethany Jansma, Lauren Stokes were both in on the defense, but the foul is called against Jansma, her first and the team's first as well. Ekomu drives and can't finish on the layup after getting around Stokes. Giddings comes down with a rebound, puts it back up and in, and draws the foul. Good start to the game today for Jordan Giddings. She's got 4 already with a chance to make that 5. The foul is called on Bianchi, her first. Giddings has 5 points. She had a career-high 30 the last time these two teams met back in November. And the inbounds pass from Trinity Christian goes right back out of bounds. That's a turnover. Saints have been dominant in the early going. And a beautiful inbounds play as they bounce it into Charnel Reed on the cut to the hoop. Reed has herself a layup. 12-4 is the score. 12 points in just 2.5 minutes for St. Francis. I don't think they'll remain at this pace, but for argument's sake, let's say they do. They finished the game with 192 points today. Like I said, I don't think they're going to stay on the pace. Another foul is called as Lauren Stokes drives through the lane. Foul goes against Angelica Osuski. That's her first and the team's second. Bethany Jansma made 2 of 2 free throws a few moments ago. Now it's Lauren Stokes' turn, and she makes the first. 3 of the 5 points for Trinity have come from the line. Stokes is a good foul shooter, and she shows it there, making both shots. Here's Kamari Jordan inside the three-point arc. Jordan spins into the paint. Turnaround, no good. Rebound to the Trolls. Here's Bianchi at the midcourt circle. Three-pointer for Kelsey Foster, in and out. Rebound secured by Christina Ekomu. Ahead to Jordan. Jordan will walk into a three-pointer and knock it down. Kamari Jordan hits the three and a whistle after the shot went down. There's going to be a foul. Jordan was hit after the shot. And an interesting call there, just because of how late the call came. It was not on the shot. There was, I guess, a shove after the shot went down. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Saints this time from the sideline. The foul, by the way, goes against sub Katie Moran, who just came off the bench. It's her first and the team's third. Ekomu up top to Osuski. Osuski spins inside, bouncing for Charnel Reed. Reed double team down low, finds a wide open shooter on the right. Kamari Jordan hits her second three of the possession. It's a 6-point possession for St. Francis as they get the three plus a foul. And then off the inbounds play, another three. 12-point lead for the Fighting Saints. Kelsey Foster blocked from behind by Jordan Giddings. Ekomu ahead for Charnel Reed. Reed will slow things down and now fire it outside looking for Osuski. It's out of bounds. Turned over by St. Francis. I believe that's their first turnover of the evening. 9 points already for Kamari Jordan. 5 for Jordan Giddings. 4 for Charnel Reed. Three-pointer, no good. Foster chases down Stokes' rebound. Still Trinity Christian ball. This is Stokes once more at the right elbow. Back to Bianchi, and she'll reset with 20 on the shot clock. Free throw line jumper banked in by Selena Wanta. Jordan on the right wing, finds herself open again. Misses this three-pointer. The rebound brought in by Stokes. Bianchi going hard into the defense, did not have numbers, pulled it out. Three-pointer for Foster. She has struggled with the three ball today. And that's nothing new for Trinity Christian, not just for Foster, but for the team. Jordan drives, draws the contact, passes it outside, and there's nobody there. She got in a little bit too deep. Foster kicks it out to Moran for three. Air ball. Moran thought she was fouled by Kamari Jordan, who cut across. Lobbed ahead for Charnel Reed, who lays it in. The pace has slowed down for St. Francis. They're only on track for about 150 points right now. Still a very high-scoring first quarter. Trinity Christian taking a lot of threes early on as the foul is called with Foster driving. They take a lot of threes on the season. 562 attempts in 25 games. It's a lot of three-point attempts per game for a team that does not hit very many of them. More than 22 per contest. As Foster makes the first free throw. They shoot just 28% from three-point range. That is not a good number. It hasn't stopped them from firing up early on today either. Trinity Christian has made it a 20-10 game from the free throw line. Free throws have been the primary aspect of their offense early on. Caitlin Aylward and Ivana Markovic are in for the Fighting Saints. There's a little spin move from Kamari Jordan who finishes it off. Huge first quarter for Jordan, who's already got 11 points next to her name. Here's Bianchi's drive, looking for the foul, didn't get it. Offensive rebound, back up, no, and a strip from Jordan. Reagan Cross could not get the second chance points. Caitlin Aylward had 17 in the win on Wednesday against Holy Cross. This is Charnel Reed. Off to Ivana Markovic. Her three-pointer is good. Timeout called by Trinity Christian. 3:30 to play in the first quarter. Saints 25, Trolls 10. Full timeout called by Trinity Christian. And what a start today for the Fighting Saints. I mentioned a moment ago Trinity Christian has not shot the three ball well this season. They've defended the three-point line extremely well. They're only hitting them at 28%, but they're only giving up 29% made threes. Well, that's not been the case today. It's been bombs away from the outside for the Fighting Saints. Ivana Markovic just hit a three-pointer. Markovic, not a good three-point shooter. It's just her 9th made three of the year, but she was wide open. Kamari Jordan has already hit 3 threes, including at one point 2 of them officially on one possession. The Saints offensively really dominating this game to start. Trinity Christian has been able to remain, I guess, in striking range, if you want to call it that, at the stage of the game because of fouls. Saints have committed 3 of them. They have resulted in 5 of Trinity's 10 points coming from the free throw line. Brianna Toppin in for the Trolls. She gets it across half court to Reagan Cross. Right back to Toppin. Toppin calls out the play. Bounces it to the free throw line where Wanta is waiting. Wanta fires it down low. It's knocked away from Cross by Jordan. And the loose ball picked up by Angelica Oseski. Ahead for Markovic, who has to run it down. She can't. Lost out of bounds. Pass out in front of Markovic a little bit too far. It's a turnover committed by the Saints. Trolls basketball. Inbounded to Reagan Cross. Katie Moran loses the ball and it's picked up by Charnel Reed. Reed bounces it back for Jordan. She'll try another 3. She's had the hot hand here in the first quarter, but this one comes up a tad short. Very quickly on the other side, Moran, long 2-point jumper. No good, rebounded by the freshman Caitlin Aylward. Nearly traveled there, but she held back foot. She passes out to her right, and Ivana Markovic. 15 to shoot, it's Markovic. Down low, Charnel Reed in the post. Reed flings it outside, Jordan. Jordan hits another 3. Kamari Jordan's got 14 points in the first quarter. More than halfway already to her season high, which was 27. See little Wanta stripped by Charnel Reed, and Wanta is called for the reach on Reed, going the other way. She makes the offensive mistake. She compounds it with a bad defensive play. It's the 4th foul called against Trinity Christian. Jordan inbounds to Aylward at the foul line. She drives. Scoop with the left hand. No. Offensive rebound. Back up and a foul call. And that will send Nicole Davidson to the free throw line. Davidson just checked in at the last whistle and getting involved very early in her time in there. Davidson hits the first free throw. Big score here in the first quarter. Already 29 points up there for the Fighting Saints. Make it 30. St. Francis' season high in points scored this year is 109. It's the only time they've eclipsed the century mark. That was on January 12th against Olivet Nazarene. Drive from Kara Cunningham. She can't hit it. Rebounded by Mary Rouse. Caitlin Aylward to a cutting Davidson. Davidson's fouled. She can't hit the shot, but she'll have 2 free throws. A lot of fouls called early on in this game. Saints back to the free throw line. Trinity Christian has already had 6 foul shots. First foul on Lauren Stokes as Davidson makes the first free throw. She's got a quick 3 points, all of them at the line. Kamari Jordan and her 14 points check out. Trish Stritzel is in. Davidson 1 of 2. Here comes Bethany Jansma. Jansma out of balance on the runner. Here's the shot. I don't know how she got that one to go, but a nice quick score for Trinity Christian. And now they'll try to break the Trinity press, and they do. Across half court to Mary Rouse, but Rouse has it ripped away from her by Lauren Stokes. Stokes lays it in on the other. So now Trinity's offense has gotten going with a big assist right there from the defense. Markovich to Davidson. Good ball movement here. Davidson stripped from behind by Jansma, but that's a foul, and they're over the limit.
Foul called on number 21, Bethany Jansma. That is her third.
The third foul already on Bethany Jansma. That was kind of a cheap reach-in. That's one she's got to avoid with 2 fouls. First free throw, no good from Nicole Davidson, who's made a living at the foul line. She's only been in the game for less than 2 minutes. This is already her 6th foul shot coming up. She's made 4 of 6, 32-14. Jessica Bianchi will let some clock run. Bianchi bounces to the free throw line where Lauren Stokes is there to catch the pass. Now Foster backs down on Stritzel. Kicks it outside, 3-pointer, no good from Stokes. And the rebound goes out of bounds, last touched by Kara Cunningham. Trolls go right back to the 1-3-1 trap. Markovich fires it ahead for Stritzel, through Stritzel's hand. She saves it from going out of bounds, and it finds Nicole Davidson. Now Markovich on the drive, pull-up jumper from 14 feet away. Dead off the back rim, and it drops in. Ivana Markovich has 5. Trinity can hold on for the final shot here. Crossover, Bianchi, layup, no. Davidson rebounds, 5 seconds to play in the quarter. Davidson ahead for Aylward, and Aylward will lay it in at the buzzer to end the first quarter. A near perfect offensive quarter from the Fighting Saints, and it ends just as it should, with a basket going down for Caitlin Aylward, 36-14, our score at the end of 1. I'll take a very quick break. Back in a minute. 36-14 Saints at the end of 1. That is a heck of a number. And it comes from Kamari Jordan, who went 4 of 6 from 3-point range, 14 points. The team as a whole, 72% shooting. A couple of starters back out there right now, including Christina Ekomu. Actually, Christina Acoma is the only starter back out there right now. Check that, Jordan Giddings is in as well. This is Akomu pulling up from the baseline, jumper, perfect. They're shooting lights out on jumpers, which is incredible, but they've been given so much room. On the other end, a missed layup from Selena Wanta. There have been a lot of open looks for the Fighting Saints today. Christina Akomu steps into a three, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Mary Rouse. Trinity Christian has done a good job playing a high pressure defense. They forced the Saints into 5 turnovers. But once that initial press backs off, the Saints have in the half-court game had some great looks. Kelsey Foster working on Giddings outside Bianchi. Bianchi drives, blocked from behind by Akomu, who thought she got all ball. The referee disagreed. It's a foul, and 2 free throws are coming up. Jessica Bianchi scored 2 points in the first quarter. She misses on the first free throw. Two teams shot the same number of field goals in the first quarter. St. Francis shot 72%, 13 of 18. Trinity Christian, 22%, 4 of 18. So the difference in the game really is as simple as that. You don't have to poke away as Davidson gets fouled by Kelsey Foster. You don't have to poke away at who's getting more chances, who's forcing turnovers, who's getting the rebounds, etc.
Number 42, Kelsey Foster.
One simple difference. St. Francis making their shots. Trinity Christian is not. Inbounded to Jordan Giddings. Giddings double teamed in the post. Fires it outside to Akomu. Now Rouse back to Christina Akomu. Mary Rouse fakes the three. Drives, dishes to Nicole Davidson. The ball is on the floor as a fight ensues. And a foul is called. It goes against Nicole Davidson.
St. Francis foul number 32.
Davidson's
Nicole
first.
Davidson, her first, team second.
Davidson kind of extended the arm there on a bit of a shove as she was looking for that loose ball. This is Toppin for three, no good. We're going the other way. Giddings. Looking inside for Davidson, and it's a clean interception by Kelsey Foster. Foster is stuffed on the other end by Jordan Giddings. Foster can do nothing but smile right there. She makes a great defensive play. And she thinks she's going in for a clean layup, and just turned away by Jordan Giddings. Kamari Jordan is back in, Angelica Osuski is back in, and Charnel Reed is back in. 5 starters on the floor. Brianna Toppin will inbound. And Jessica Bianchi. 16 on the shot clock. This is Wanta pulling up from the free throw line. Too strong on the jumper. Giddings rebounds. Ahead for Osuski. Osuski has it stripped away from her. Last touch by Angelica Osuski. Hit off her leg on its way out of bounds. So that's a St. Francis turnover. Or excuse me, it went off the leg of a Troll. So it is not a turnover. St. Francis ball, 24 seconds on the shot clock. Charnel Reed drives. Up off the glass and in. Charnel Reed is perfect. 4 for 4 in the game. She's got 8 points. Kelsey Foster driving on Giddings. Loses her footing, loses the ball. It was last touched by Giddings. Joel's kind of caught a break there. That would have been a travel on Foster if she hadn't dropped the ball. But she was fortunate enough that when she lost it, it hit off of Giddings before going out of bounds. Here's Bianchi with a nice job weaving her way through the defense. And Bianchi scores 40-17. Mari Jordan bounces Jordan Giddings. Jumper, no. Rebound to Wanta. And Akomu comes away with a steal and keeps it in bounds to a streaking Osuski. Osuski bouncing inside for Charnel Reed, and the pass is deflected out. With 24 to shoot, Kamari Jordan inbounds. Bounce to Giddings. Back outside. Reed drives on Bianchi. Floater, no, off the back iron. First miss today for Charnel Reed, and she's instantly called for a foul, reaching in on Kelsey Foster.
Number 4, Charnel Reed. That is her first.
Reed had the mismatch there offensively. She's being guarded by 5'3" tall guard Jessica Bianchi. And after she missed the shot, a little frustration on the foul, and here's another one. It's going to be the fourth foul already this quarter, committed by St. Francis.
Kamari Jordan, that is her first.
First on Kamari Jordan. Fresh 30 seconds for Trinity Christian. Goes into Bianchi. Bounced into the paint. This is Wanta. That's 3 seconds. Wanta held her position for 3 seconds. Never had anywhere to go. She was looking to pass, couldn't find help though. That's turnover. St. Francis possession. Osuski dribbles inside, now back out to Charnel Reed. Here's Christina Akomu. Looking for Reed, she's got her. Reed drives around Bianchi, takes it in to Foster. No good on the shot. She gets her own rebound, but a foul is called first.
St. Francis foul number 44.
It's a foul on Jordan Giddings. The loose ball foul is the 5th of the quarter on St. Francis, so that'll send things down to the other side of the floor. Trinity Christian is going to get a 1-and-1 here from Foster. We found a bit of a scoring drought here after the offenses went crazy early on, in particular St. Francis's offense. First shot good. From the line for Kelsey Foster. Foster's got 3 points. She averages 7.5 per game. She's halfway there. Osuski driving the right side. Pulls up under the basket, has Caitlin Aylward there, and maybe passed a little bit too hard right off the chest of Aylward. She couldn't haul it in. Foster crosses to the left. Step back three-pointer, Stokes, no good. Rebounded by Aylward. And here comes Charnel Reed. Reed fires to Jordan for 3. No good, but she's fouled. Selena Wanta fouled her. And that'll bring up 3 free throws for Kamari Jordan.
Foul called number 15, Selena Wanta.
Jordan already has 4 three-point plays today. They've all been on 3-point shots. Now she'll have a chance for 3 free throws. First one misses though, so it will not be her 5th three-point play today. Kamari Jordan averages just under 12 points per game. She's at 71% from the line. She's already surpassed her scoring average. In fact, she did it in the first quarter alone with 14 points. Season high was 27. And that came back on November 18th. 2 out of 3. Not bad for Kamari Jordan. Len Stokes, guarded by Jordan. Saints in his own defense. It's like a 3-2. Stokes' pass deflected and picked up by Moran. Three-pointer from the corner, falls for Toppin.
Three-pointer, Brianna Toppin.
Brianna Toppin hits a three-pointer, first one they've actually made today after missing on about 7 attempts. Reed, pull-up jumper, short. And Kamari Jordan races in from out of nowhere to get that rebound. Oseski over to Jordan, who's fouled. Just the third foul against Trinity Christian. This is Brianna Toppin's first.
Team's third.
Ekomu gets the double screen, but Stokes sticks with her to the other side. Oseski on the drive. Oseski layup. Yes! Nice move by Oseski to get around the defense. And she finishes at the basket, scoring her first 2 points today. Inside, Toppin rolls it around the rim, but it doesn't quite fall. Ekomu ahead for Jordan. Another wide open three. She's still hot. Kamari Jordan has 19 points, and a timeout is called from the St. Francis bench. 47-22. Fighting Saints have the lead. A huge first half by Jordan. And she's done so much on the offensive side up to this point that you start thinking, what kind of number could she actually reach today? How high can this go? Certainly as the number one team in the country, they came in expecting to win today, but against a team that's got a winning record this year, I don't know if you expect this kind of drubbing in the first half. 25 points already is the deficit. Bianchi passes to the right side and Toppin down into the corner. Moran. Here's Toppin for three. Toppin's hit a couple of threes. The one player who's been able to shoot from the outside today for the Trolls. Little scoop shot, Angelica Oseski. I don't know how she worked that one in. Nice play by the senior guard. Bianchi off to the left side and Toppin. Down to Moran near the corner. Toppin nearly lost the dribble. She's able to get rid of the ball to Lauren Stokes. Stokes' pass inside, deflected by Caitlin Aylward. Loose ball, picked up by Charnel Reed. Reed across the timeline, off to Jordan. Another three-pointer. Jordan misses one. She had been 5 of 7. Pull-up jumper Bianchi, no, gets her own rebound. Back in on Jordan, and she's fouled.
Foul called on number 14, Kamari Jordan. That is her second.
Second foul on Kamari Jordan. It's the team's 5th. 2 free throws for Jessica Bianchi. She hits the first. 6 points in the game for her. Markovich comes in, and Maddie Kennedy makes her first appearance. Ekomu and Jordan head out. Second free throw is good. Bianchi 2 of 2 at the line there. Ivana Markovich handling the ball now. She gets it across half court to Angelica Oseski. Down to the corner, Charnel Reed. Kennedy's pass inside, nearly stolen, but it does find Aylward. Outside Oseski, 3-ball, good. Angelica Oseski starting to get hot from the outside. Or I shouldn't say from the outside, she's getting hot all around. She's got 7 points now, all of them in the second quarter. Big lead, St. Francis. Along the baseline, Stokes bouncing it outside to Moran. 3-point attempt, Toppin. Off to the right, rebounded by Aylward, who's wrestled to the ground, and a foul is called. That'll go against Lauren Stokes, and it is Stokes' second foul.
Foul called on number 22, Lauren Stokes, her second.
The Saints, I should say the Trolls have been out without one of their starters for much of the game up to this point, Bethany Jansma, picked up 3 fouls. Jansma had 3 fouls in only 4 minutes. She's been on the bench ever since. Osuski from Markovich. Osuski drives into a double team. Nice find of Aylward. Keep that ball moving to Charnel Reed, and Reed turns around from the left side and scores from the low post. 10 points for Charnel Reed, second double-digit scorer for the Saints. Toppin to Bianchi, thought about the 3, didn't take it. Under a minute and a half to play in the first half. Pass is deflected with a loose ball picked up by a Troll, and Carissa Rissy turns around and fires it in. Rissy has her first 2 points. Kennedy into Reed. Charnel Reed backs down. Fadeaway. Good from Charnel Reed. Nice move against a double team. She's able to make the turnaround fadeaway jumper. 56-29 Saints. That's a long 2, no good, but an offensive rebound for Rissy. And Rissy has become the offense here for Trinity Christian. Maddie Kennedy hassled. She gets rid of it to Markovich. 12 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. Markovich to Osuski, open look from the top. Angelica Osuski hits her second 3 of the game. She's got 10 points in the second quarter. Big deficit for the Trolls as Bianchi tries a step back 3. That may have been tipped. Kara Cunningham saves it, and right to the Saints. Osuski ahead to Kennedy at the buzzer. Kennedy hits the layup. The Saints end both the first and the second quarters with buzzer-beating layups and a dominant first half for St. Francis. Ends with our score 61-31. I'll take a break. I'm going to step away for halftime. We'll watch the Ducks get chucked here as the fans get an opportunity to throw Ducks into a target in the center of the court. So split the pot type deal. Half the winnings go to the winner and half go to the K Yao Cancer Research Group. See all the coaches today wearing their Play for K shirts, and the players, of course, wearing their pink jerseys for the month of February and cancer awareness. Something in the pink jerseys seems to suit the Saints very well, up by 30 at the half. I'll be back for the second half in a little bit. You're watching St. Francis basketball with USF Sports Network. Second half just about set to begin here at the Sullivan Center on the campus of the University of St. Francis. Terry Bonadonna with you for Fighting Saints basketball and the #1 Saints. Taking it to Trinity Christian right now. The Trolls came into today 13-12. But their winning record is in serious jeopardy. 61-31 is our halftime score. Kamari Jordan, the leading scorer for the Saints after 2 quarters of play. She's got 19 points, including 14 of them in the first period. She hit 5 3-pointers in the first half play. 12 points for Charnel Reed, 10 for Angelica Osuski, who's now just 4 off of her career high. Jessica Bianchi leads the Trolls with 7 points. Ready to begin the second half, and we are underway. Trinity Christian basketball now going from left to right for the second half. Selena Wanta out to Foster. Starters back on the floor for both teams. There's a block shot. Jansma turned away by Kamari Jordan. Bethany Jansma played only 4 minutes in the first half because of 3 fouls. And on her first touch here in the second half, she loses it. Christina Komu to Charnel Reed. Reed starts a drive, now picks up in the circle and passes outside. Back to Reed. Beautiful no-look pass to Angelica Osuski, who has a layup.
Angelica Osuski.
Osuski's having a big offensive game. She did not score in the first quarter. She's got 12 points in about the last 5 minutes of her floor time. Little runner goes for Selena Wanta. Nice play right there by the junior. Bianchi deflects it out of bounds. 30-point lead for the Fighting Saints. And Charnel Reed will be the inbounder here. Into Christina Comer. Comer gets a double screen going to the left side, and she is reached in upon. Foul, I believe, is going to go on Wanta.
Number 15, Selena Wanta.
That is Selena Wanta's third foul. It's the team's first.
Third quarter.
So we do it all over again. Reed inbounds, this time to Kamari Jordan. Left elbow, step back jumper from 2-point range. It's short. Osuski battling for the rebound, but she won't win it. It's brought down by Lauren Stokes. Pull-up jumper is good from Jansma. And you can see already right there what the Trolls were missing that whole first half when Jansma was forced to the bench. She averages 10 points per game. Out of bounds, St. Francis will stick with it. Kamari Jordan looking to get it in, finds Osuski. Osuski starts to drive around Bianchi, throws one up at the basket, no good. Nice drive, couldn't finish, but she does get her own rebound and sets up Jordan Giddings. Giddings got off to a hot start. She scored 5 points in the first minute and a half. That's her first basket since then. She's got 7. Foster on the outside. Drives and dishes, Stokes. Pulls up, passes outside. Wanta, corner 3, good.
3-pointer, Selena Wanta.
65-38 is our score. Trolls are scoring, but they're not getting many stops. Kamari Jordan into Charnel Reed, and there's another non-stop. Wanta over pursued on the pass, and Charnel Reed an easy path to the hoop. Osuski knocks that ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trolls. Stokes into Jansma. 7:45 to play, third quarter. Jansma gets the screen from Foster. Kelsey Foster thought about that long 3. Now she dribbles inside, passes out to Jansma, whose shot goes halfway down, can't fall. Long pass to Reed. Reed misses on the layup. Nice setup. Got it a little bit too far underneath the hoop. Bianchi, step back 2. No. Giddings rebounds, and she's hacked by Wanta. That's the 4th foul on Selena Wanta, who will most likely have to spend some time on the bench now with 9 points and 4 fouls. Reagan Cross is going to remove Wanta. Here's Reed. Driving from the right side. Reed gets by a couple of defenders, but misses on the layup. Offensive rebound, Giddings, no. And another rebound to Charnel Reed. They'll look pass to the outside, and Osuski. Osuski kicks it to Giddings. Three-pointers. Banks it in. That one looked so far off, I thought I was safe in calling it no good before it got to the rim. And it banks in. Well, sometimes it's just your day. St. Francis's day. They've all been St. Francis's day this year. On their way to 24-0, barring a huge collapse today. Osuski picks up her second foul. It's the first on the Saints this half. Here's Jansma on the drive. She kicks it out to Foster. Foster misses on the three. And a loose ball foul is called on Kara Cunningham, who muscled Angelica Osuski to the ground. Up by 32 points. It's the Saints' ball. Giddings at the top of the key, bounce inside for Reed, and Charnel Reed has another clear shot. As that time it was Jansma over pursuing the pass. And the Saints put on a full court press. There's Bianchi racing across the timeline. Jansma. Jansma lobs it inside for Foster. Nice setup and a good finish by Kelsey Foster.
Kelsey Foster from Jansma.
Still a big lead for the Saints. We're up by 30 at halftime. They've increased it by 2 since then. Charnel Reed drives, misses the layup. Giddings comes in for the offensive rebound, nearly taken away by Jansma. And it's a held ball. It'll stay with St. Francis on the possession arrow. Caitlin Aylward in for Jordan Giddings. And Kamari Jordan is the inbounder. To Reed. Reed's fouled and that hoop is good.
Take the basket for Charnel Reed.
Inbounds plays have been big for St. Francis today. They've drawn up some good ones. Gotten some big points off of out-of-bounds plays. Charnel Reed stands way off to the left as she shoots her free throws. She shoots a high percentage. And it hits on this one. That's now 19 points for Charnel Reed. She's evened up Kamari Jordan, who has not yet scored in the second half. Game high 19 for the two of them. It's a light pressure from St. Francis as Jansma gets it across half court. Puts the ball behind her back, takes it all the way in herself, and gets the roll. It's a highlight play by Bethany Jansma. Probably the best play of the day by any Trinity Christian Troll. Nobody else touched the ball on that possession. Christina Akomu is going to be called for a carry. Turnover. And we're going the other way. Bethany Toppin back in. Excuse me, Brianna Toppin back in. Jessica Bianchi heads to the bench. Kara Cunningham handles the ball. Bethany Jansma. Jansma is fouled by Kamari Jordan, reaching in.
Foul number 14, Kamari Jordan, her third. Team second of the quarter.
Interestingly, Trinity Christians really had a nice day offensively, although I say that as they turn it over off the inbounds play. Poked ahead to Caitlin Aylward. Aylward makes a nice move and finishes with the layup. The Trolls had actually far exceeded the normal production against St. Francis, and they continue on the offensive side as Moran gets the long pass and scores on the layup, and the Saints throw it away. Sloppy inbounds play. It's a turnover. Saints average to give up only 58 points per game. Trinity is on pace to far exceed that number. But the Trolls defense, which only gives up 67 a game, has already given up 10 more than that with 13 minutes still to play. Pull up three for Jansma, short. Rebounded by Nicole Davidson. Kamari Jordan on the left wing. Starts to drive. Jordan spins around a defender, picks it up and in. Kamari Jordan, big move to the hoop, and she'll have a chance for a three-point play. Now, Jordan's been quiet so far in the second half, no more. Nice move to get around Jansma, draw the foul from Moran. And that shot from a foot away was nothing but net. That's not something you see all that often, a swish from underneath. She's got 22 points, 80-44 is the score. Mary Rouse is in for the Saints. Jordan and Akomu, the only two starters still on the floor. Here's Moran inside to cutting Toppin. Toppin misses high off the backboard, and Akomu takes it the other way. Akomu drives to the left. Beautiful dish to Nicole Davidson, but there's no finish. Great pass by Akomu. Davidson just short-armed it, and a foul is called on St. Francis.
Foul number 20.
Trish Stritzel comes on for Kamari Jordan as Rouse is called for her first foul. Inbounded to Reagan Cross, and Cross will play the point for the moment. Give it up to Stokes. Lauren Stokes drives around Trish Stritzel, gets to the basket, some contact but no call. Stritzel came down with a rebound, but immediately taken away from her by Kara Cunningham. Now Cross along the baseline, hits the short jumper.
Reagan Cross.
This is Aylward over to Rouse. Stritzel from deep, passes back to Mary Rouse. Moving around the perimeter here, 9 on the shot clock. Still haven't been able to get anything going to the basket. Rouse to Akomu. Akomu now penetrates, throws it up off the glass, no good. Rouse offensive rebound, and the possession continues. Akomu way outside, shadowed by Lauren Stokes. Stokes reaches in, Akomu backs off. Now Christina Akomu drives, kicks to Stritzel. 15 to shoot. Into Nicole Davidson. Davidson out to a wide open Mary Rouse, and Rouse hits the jumper. It was a possession that lasted nearly 50 seconds, and it turns into 2 points for the Fighting Saints. Mary Rouse has her first basket of the game. There's a drive from Cunningham, no. Rebound tips by Akomu to herself. Rouse to Stritzel. Stritzel, wide open three. High archer, no good. Rebound to Katie Moran. Moran wants to run. She's got some help behind her. She'll take it into Akomu all on her own and hit the runner. Nice drive, Katie Moran. She's got 4 points. Timeout is called by St. Francis. It's a full timeout, 2:13 on the clock, third quarter, 82-48. St. Francis has the big lead. Saints have already surpassed their average scoring output, which is just 79 points per game. I don't mean to say just 79 points per game. It's a good total, but really this team not known as much for their offense as their defense. They only allow 58. They got a 21-point average differential, which is good for 9th best in the country. 79 points, good for any offense, but for the #1 team in the country, you might expect to see a little bit more. And not when you got that stifling D that the Fighting Saints have had. This game's been a little bit odd in that way. It's not as though their defense has been torched, but Trinity Christian, not a great high-scoring offense, has been able to do some things against the Saints that most teams haven't been able to do. 48 points scored by Trinity Christian is already more than the Saints' opposition has scored in 3 of the last 5 games. They beat South Bend back on January 18th, 65-45. They held Trinity International to 46 points on the 21st of January, and last Saturday they beat Robert Morris 83-46, a very similar score to what we've got right now. The difference, of course, being that right now we've still got 12 minutes to play. Saints are in range of the century mark. It will be the second time this year that they hit 100 points. Rouse off the pass from Stritzel. Pull-up jumper, rolls out. Offensive rebound, Caitlin Aylward. She pulls it back outside. Ivana Markovic over to Nicole Davidson. Nice batch from Aylward out to Stritzel. Back to Aylward. Layup no. And here comes Moran. Great ball movement. Kind of spoiled by the lack of a basket, but on the defensive side, Stritzel comes away with a block of Moran. St. Francis basketball. Samantha Andringa is in for the Trolls. First appearance for the senior Andringa today. Moran jumps into the passing lane, nearly took it away, but she knocks it out of bounds as Markovic may be a little bit lazy with that toss to Nicole Davidson. Davidson throws it into Mary Rouse. Rouse nearly lost the dribble as Davidson ran into her, but she holds on and the possession stays alive. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Aylward gives it up top, finds Markovic, 7 to shoot. Markovic around the screen, ball poked away, gets it back, 4 seconds. She'll try the long three. Good from Ivana Markovic. Almost a desperation three right there, but nobody stepped up on her defensively. And Markovic has 8 points. Sent into Andringa. Andringa loses it. Trish Stritzel knocked it away and chased down into the backcourt. No violation because it was touched by the defense. 6 seconds to shoot. Andringa drives, blocked. Stritzel pulls it in. 42 seconds to play in the third quarter. Markovic sends it inside to Davidson. Rouse bounces to Aylward. Aylward, one bounce and she's fouled. Caitlin Aylward having a relatively quiet game. She's got just 4 points today. Hasn't played huge minutes. Came into today averaging 10.6 per game. And it's even better during conference play. She's really stepped up and become one of the best offensive players on the team. Maybe the best pure scorer on the team. Aylward in CCAC games is averaging 11.6 per game, but in limited minutes compared to some of the other players out there. She actually is best on St. Francis as Kara Cunningham hits the layup. Aylward is best on St. Francis in points per 40 minutes. She averages 23.5 points per 40 minutes, but she only plays about 18 minutes a game as there's a tie-out. And it's going the other way. $86-50 is the score. 6 seconds to play in the third quarter. And the ball's lost out of bounds with 2.8 left, St. Francis ball. Saints ended each of the first 2 quarters with buzzer beaters. Both of them were on breakaway layups. Not going to happen right here. Let's see if they can get a basket anyway. Inbound to Aylward. Aylward is not going to get much of a shot on. Well defended by Jansma there. So the third quarter comes to an end. Saints 86, Trolls 50. And this one has been dominant from the jump. Saints immediately went out to a 4-0 lead in the first minute. Less than a minute. It was about 40 seconds. They had 4 quick points. They were up 12-4. The 7:30 mark of the first quarter, and it hasn't even been that close ever since. They're up by 30 at halftime, and another productive offensive quarter puts them just 14 points away from 100 for the game. Last time they reached 100 again, January 12th, a 109-91 victory against Olivet Nazarene. They have hit 90 points in a game just 2 other times. They beat Indiana Southeast 91-78 back on November 18th. And more recently, January 5th, a 97-43 win against Calumet St. Joseph. They're almost guaranteed to hit 90 today. Probably won't see too many of their big hitters again, although Kamari Jordan does come back out onto the floor to start in the fourth quarter. She's the only starter in there. And Caitlin Aylward, their sixth man, is in the game as well. We'll probably see Sam Quigley clear her bench pretty soon. Savannah Markovic up to Kamari Jordan. Jordan tries the three. It's good. She's been on the bench a few minutes, but still hot from the outside. Kamari Jordan has 25 points. Here's Andringa. Andringa's pass deflected, but picked up by Jansma. Bethany Jansma, pull-up two-pointer, no good. Rebound, loose. And a tie-up as Kelsey Foster and Caitlin Aylward knotted up on that. Saints started the fourth quarter with the ball, so Trinity has the possession arrow here. And off the quick inbounds play, a nice shot for Jansma. Bethany Jansma has 8 points. Caitlin Aylward inside gets the feed from Trish Stritzel. Those two have been playing together a long time, teammates at Trinity High School, now at St. Francis. Stritzel gets the assist, Aylward with the two. Jansma out to Bianchi. Jansma, scoop shot, good, and a foul. The Trolls' offense has really been a different beast in the second half with Bethany Jansma out there, and that's even without their leading scorer, Selena Wanta, who's been on the bench for a long time with 3 fouls. Or 4 fouls, rather. Jansma sat out the first half with 3 fouls, and here in the second half, she's been a big-time player, keeping her team respectable on the offensive side. She's got 11 points. Jordan drives, gets around 2 defenders, and hits the layup. Kamari Jordan has 27. 14 points in the first quarter for the senior Jordan. She's never really looked back. And Dringa, baseline jumper is good. And the bench celebrates Andringa, who has scored just 1.8 points per game, exceeding that total on just 1 shot. Stritzel to Jordan. Jordan will try another 3. It's good. Kamari Jordan hits again from the outside. Jordan picks up her 28th, 29th, and 30th points of the game. It's a new career high for Jordan. And with that basket, she picks up her 1,000th career point. I think that's probably the reason more than any that she was still out there in the fourth quarter. She's just been so hot today. That 3-point shot has been electric from Kamari Jordan. Sam Quigley gave her an opportunity to reach the 1,000-point mark today. Certainly she was going to get there sooner or later. But give her a chance to reach that milestone right now. She has been taken out of the game during the timeout. And not only does she pick up her 1,000th point, but she sets a new career high with 30 points in today's game. And it has been quite a performance from Kamari Jordan today. Her 3-point shooting has been sensational. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I believe that's 7 threes for her. It's been a big game. Kamari Jordan entering play today at a season high in terms of 3-pointers made of 4. Or check that. 7 is her high. So if my counting is correct, and it's been known to err from time to time, she's tied her season high with those 7 3-pointers. So Jordan is done, and apparently all of the starters are done for the day, you would think. Allie Hernandez is in, Maddie Kennedy is in, Asia McConaughey. Cody Brand is on the floor. And Renee Martin getting a little action today. First time we've seen her in a while. Layup is good from Bianchi.
Jessica Bianchi.
Bianchi's got 9. First points of the second half for her. So not only has Quigley pulled all the starters, but she's pulled most of the first line reserves as well. So a little bit deeper into the bench. Here's a drive and an offensive foul call. And that shot went in. But Jansma initiated the contact there, and she's whistled for the offensive foul, her 4th foul of the game.
Fourth, team's first of the quarter.
Here's Hernandez passing off to Martin. Now Cody Brand. Brand's pass to the right side, and Hernandez. McConaughey steps in, jumper is short. Rebound goes to Trinity Christian. Kelsey Foster underneath. Nice move from Foster. A 35-point lead for the Fighting Saints. Cody Brand off to McConaughey. Renee Martin missed a couple of games with an injury. She's seen a fair amount of action this year, but again, it's the first time we've seen her in a while. 3-pointer off the mark from Maddie Kennedy. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds, last touched by St. Francis. Stokes passes to her left side. Foster, deep 3. Kelsey Foster has not been shy about pulling the trigger on long-range jumpers. She has not been successful. In case you're wondering, she's shooting just 22% for the year. Cody Brand somehow doesn't hit the jumper. It looked like it was down, but popped out at the last second. And Dringa for 3. Wide to the right, and a long rebound chased down by Stokes. Stokes is going to be fouled. And the clock stops at 6 minutes and 14 seconds. I talked about it earlier. Trinity Christian, not a good 3-point shooting team, just 28% for the year.
Her first, team second.
And Kelsey Foster is at just 22%, but it's been bombs away today. Trinity Christian, and from Foster in particular. Wanta tries the 3, and hers goes down. Selena Wanta is only a 20% shooter from 3-point range. She scores the 3 right there. She's got 12 points. Wanta has been on the bench for most of the second half with 4 fouls. Cody Brand, 1 bounce, nice move, up and under, and she misses the jumper. Offensive rebound, and Hernandez will reset the offense for the Fighting Saints. Here's Martin at the top of the key to Cody Brand. Brand has it stripped away by Wanta, tracks it down and draws the foul. That's 5 on Wanta. So Selena Wanta is done. She leaves with a team-high 12 points.
Selena Wanta, that is her 5th personal foul.
And Dringo will depart with her. Moran is back in with Toppin. Carissa Wissy and Kara Cunningham, the other 2 on the floor right now for Bill DeRuyter's Trinity Christian Trolls. McConaughey hits the jumper from the left side. Asia McConaughey has her first 2 points of the game. For McConaughey, it's the 13th and 14th points of the season. Moran drives, pulls up, blocked by Brand, but a foul.
St. foul number 33, Cody Brand, her first. Team's 3rd.
So amazingly enough, considering how much this game has been in the control of the St. Francis Fighting Saints, Katie Moran's free throw gives the Trolls 65 points. This is now the 2nd highest point total the Saints have given up since January 3rd, as both free throws go down. They gave up 91 against Olivet Nazarene on January 12th, and that was an extenuating circumstance. That circumstance being they were playing Olivet. Cody Brand, nice cut, good feed from Martin, but Brand can't finish. Olivet Nazarene's got that crazy up-tempo style of basketball. It's hard not to see both teams score 90 points in a game that they're involved in, whether they win or lose. But other than that, as Toppin has called for the travel, the Saints have not given up as many as 66 points in the game since Purdue Northwest scored 69 on January 3rd. Still 4:41 to go in this game. If the Trolls can get 2 more field goals, it'll be the first time. All right, take that back. St. Xavier scored 70 on January 7th. I was going to say it was the first time other than that Olivet game the Saints had allowed 70 points since way back on November 19th. And McConaughey misses the 3. But it did happen against St. Xavier as well, as Renee Martin gets the rebound and the basket, and that's 100 points in the game now for the Saints. So they eclipse the century mark for the second time this season. Bianchi dribbles it between the legs of McConaughey, sets up Toppin for 3, no. And in the battle for the rebound, Ali Hernandez will come away with it. 100-66, St. Francis has the big lead. They're up by 22 at the end of the first quarter tonight. So the margin right now of 34 as Brand gets inside and misses on the layup. Really hasn't been extended all that much since then, but this game was all but over at the end of the first few minutes. McConaughey taps the rebound to Kennedy off the Moran miss. Here comes McConaughey, layup, yes! Asia McConaughey. She's got 4 points, and they've been an impressive 4. Bianchi double dribbled. Nope, they're going to call it for a travel. Thought she double dribbled there. Doesn't make a difference. It's a violation either way, and a turnover. And now the rest of the St. Francis subs will get their 15 minutes here. Actually 3 minutes technically, but you get the idea. Ashley Hare and Julia Hinker come in. Maddie Kennedy and Cody Brand head out. So it's Hernandez, McConaughey, Hinker, Martin, and Hare. "17 players dressed for St. Francis today, dressed in pink. And all 17 now have seen some action. Here's a jumper from Cross, and Cross knocks down a long 2. Reagan Cross, just a 32% shooter, has 4 points today. Hernandez across to McConaughey. McConaughey pull-up jumper. This time it's in and out. And Hinker is called for the foul. Julia Hinker, 6'3" tall sophomore out of Maine West High School. Standing on a different plane than everybody else out there right now. The tallest player on Trinity Christian is Carissa Wissey at 5'10". Wissey's not, I was going to say she's not out there at the moment. She is currently in the game, but she's the tallest. Nobody else taller than 5'9". Hinker stands 6'3" tall. Foul called against St. Francis, and that'll go against Hinker, so that's her second, and the team's 5th. That brings Reagan Cross to the free throw line for 2 shots. First free throw, rolls around and falls out. Molly Tepper is in the game for Trinity Christian. They've played all of their players now, I believe, as well. They only have 12 as opposed to the 17 of St. Francis, but all 12 in uniform have seen action for the Trolls as well. 102-69, 2.5 minutes to play. Maddie Kennedy drives. Kennedy blocks at the basket, but she's fouled.
Call number 23, Molly Tepper.
First foul on Tepper. It's the 3rd on the team. Kennedy's got 2 points so far tonight. And there's number 3. So the Saints now just 6 points off of their season high. Now just 5 away from tying their season high of 109. 4 points for Maddie Kennedy. She and Asia McConaughey each have 4. Nobody else currently on the floor has scored yet. Cunningham outside the cross. Reagan Cross takes a dribble, passes outside, nearly taken away. Cunningham sticks with it. Out to Cross with 9 on the shot clock. Cross finds an open cutter inside. That's Wissy scoring on the layup. Konichi over to Hare. Allie Hernandez drives and bounces outside to Hare. Ashley Hare's three-pointer, no. Rebound tapped out to Hare. Kennedy driving the baseline. She stepped on the line. 90 seconds remaining. It is Trinity basketball, trailing by 33. Cunningham holds on to the ball despite heavy pressure from Maddie Kennedy. Reagan Cross on the right side, 15 to shoot. Cross driving on Hinker, turnaround, good, and a foul. Good play by Reagan Cross. Trinity Christian's offense continues to put up big numbers. No good on the free throw. But it's an offensive rebound. And it goes to Tepper. Here's Cross on the drive. Cross is fouled. Reagan Cross already has 7 today. She's only a 2.5 point per game scorer. First free throw for Reagan Cross is good. I think if you came into this game, told Bill DeRuyter, the coach of the Trolls, that his team would score 75 points today, he would be thrilled. 75 against St. Francis is a big number. 75 is going to win you more games than not. Here they are down by 29 in the final minute. Allie Hernandez into Julia Hinker. Hinker puts it up and in. Hinker's got her first 2 points tonight. That's just her second field goal made this year. She's 2 of 8 from the field this season for 4 points. And it's stolen away from Andringa. Maddie Kennedy comes away with the steal. 8 seconds to go in the game. 8-second difference between shot and game clock. Hernandez for 3. Allie Hernandez hits the 3. They've matched their season high with 109 points today. And Hernandez is on the board. Just about everybody has scored now for the Saints. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham splits the defenders to the basket into Hinker. And Hinker's called for the foul with 14 seconds on the clock. That's her 3rd. And it'll bring Kara Cunningham to the line for 2 shots. Cunningham's first free throw attempt is off the mark. Cody Brand will come in one more time for Julia Hinker. That's actually Hinker's 4th foul. She walks kind of gingerly off the court. She took some hard contact with Cunningham there. It was called for a foul for her efforts. Second shot good. 109-76, and the Saints can dribble out the clock if they'd like to here, but they're going to play it through. McConaughey out to Hare. Hare will try from 3-point range. No good. Hernandez rebounds, bounces it inside for Hare. Cunningham dives on the floor, picks up a loose ball, and that is how the game will end. Saints win. 109-76 is our final score today. A dominant performance from the #1 team in the country, and we've said that more often than not this year about St. Francis. They've mostly been dominant performances, but today, perhaps even more than usual. They were up big in just the first 2 minutes and really never were threatened at any point from the first moments of this basketball game. Excellent team performance. Again, 109-76 is the final score. They did not defend quite as well as they normally do, although bear in mind the starters were out for pretty much the entire second half. Big storylines in this game. The 3-point shooting was sensational for the Fighting Saints today. Kamari Jordan in particular. Jordan ended up hitting, I believe, 7 3-pointers was the final total for her. She scored 30 points, which is a career high for one of the better players the University of St. Francis has ever produced. And she picked up her 1,000th career point in the fourth quarter. She hit on a three-pointer early in the fourth from the top of the key. That three-pointer gave her the 30 points for the game. It gave her the 1,000 points for her career, and it chased her from the contest. She was done after that, as were the rest of the starters, but she was out there a little bit longer today. She was given the opportunity to get that milestone, which she of course did. With the win, St. Francis improves to 17-0 in the CCAC. They have now won 26 consecutive CCAC regular season games going back to last season when they won their final 9. They are now 24-0 on the season, one of only 2 undefeated teams in NAIA Division II. The other team is Southeastern, who entered play today at 19-0. The Saints now the best in the country at 24 wins and 0 losses. Take a look at the upcoming schedule. A big one coming up next. On Wednesday, they're at Purdue Northwest. It's a 5 o'clock tip to that game, and that should be a lot of fun. Purdue Northwest currently second in the conference. They're ranked number 15 in the country with their 14-2 CCAC record, 19-6 overall. Purdue Northwest came here on January 3rd, lost a tight one, 80-69 was the final score, but that looks like it's going to be one of the rare games where the starters are going to be asked to play the entire way. We'll see if they have it in them to fight off Purdue Northwest once again. Next 3 games are all on the road. The next time that we're here for a St. Francis women's basketball game, Wednesday, February 15th. That's going to be a big game as well against number 24, Olivet Nazarene. Once more, before we close up, let's take a quick look at some of the stats from today. Final shooting percentage for St. Francis, 61%. For Trinity Christian, they shot 37% from the field. Again, Kamari Jordan led all scorers with 30 points. Charnel Reed finished with 19. Selena Wanta led Trinity Christian. She finished today with 12 points scored. Saints improved to 24-0. The Trolls fall to 13-13 overall, 6-11 in conference. That's going to do it for our broadcast from the Sullivan Center today. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. I hope that you're with us the next time we're on the air here for St. Francis basketball. Wednesday, February 15th. That's going to be a big one, a 5 o'clock start time against Olivet Nazarene. But Saints have some business to take care of away from home first. 3-0 in a row on the road, including the big one coming up next against Purdue Northwest. They also have to face top 20 team in Indiana Northwest on February 13th. So good games coming up ahead of us. I hope that you tune in with us when we're back here on the 15th. 2 games in 3 days for the Saints. That'll be the second game in 3 days, and 3 of the next 4 are against ranked opponents. So it's not going to get any easier for the Saints as they try to remain number 1 in the country and they try to remain undefeated. But we will be with you as the quest continues on February 15th. I hope that you're with us. Again, the Saints win today, 109-76. Until next time, this is Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints. Good night, all.